Hello and welcome to GolfLessonAcademy.com. Today you can see that I've got the cube around me right now. Let me explain to you what it is as we get into our setup position, how this works. Right now you can see in front of me I have the blue line moving here like this and then moving over here like this. See how this blue line is here? This represents the 30-degree cube. Right here in front of me I have the yellow cube that's going this way. See where my hand's at? And then it's coming up this way like this. This is the yellow cube. That represents the 60 degrees that need to be present in the golf swing. Right here, on the center line here that goes red and comes all the way down and changes to blue, that's represented as the bounce line of the body. And then the orange line that goes like this up here to 1 o'clock, comes down to the center and goes down here to 5 o'clock like this. That is a significant line as well. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about our posture and why it's so important. I'm going to set this, I'm just going to hang on to the club. So when we get set up, watch what happens. We're standing up straight, very easy to understand. Now the next move that I want to do is I want to slightly bend with my knees, okay? And if you look at my hip point right here where I've got it to, see this blue line that we're talking about in the back? You have to get this bone sitting on that blue line. See how that's kind of moved me back? See how that's kind of made my spine now match up with the line going from center to 1 o'clock. Now, if I don't do that, look what happens to my spine. It now becomes a little bit more erect and it's not parallel to the line going from 1 to center. So what happens with this hip is very simple. It's just kind of like you just roll it back just like that. Roll it back just like that. And as you can see, I'm now matched up perfectly. And the more I roll this back, the more that my knees, see how my knees and my thigh from my hip to my kneecap is basically sitting in the perfect line from center to 5 o'clock. So that now means this line down here going from 5 to center and then the line going from center to 1, they absolutely match up now so that I can make the moves that are necessary. Now, the other key component is you want to take your feet like this. Let me step kind of a little to the side. Right now, most people would have their feet in front of them like this. We open both feet at 30 degrees, and I'm talking about this from the ball, from the heel, okay? So the heel, not the toes, you're not going to take your whole foot and go like this. You're just going to take your feet, which are now parallel like this, and you're going to open them from the heel. So it's going to kind of be here like this. Let's see how my foot's on the blue line right now. It moves from the heel and opens up at 30 degrees. Again, I'm on the blue line. So now I've just moved my foot open at 30 degrees, okay? And that has to happen with both feet. Again, the significance of what I talked about. The blue line represents the 30 degrees of the body, okay? So that means our ankle joint, our knee, our hip, our spine, all this stuff ties in together. The yellow cube is significant in the 60 degrees, but right now we're talking about the setup, so we want to stay perfectly clear on the blue cube. So now I get in here, I'm straight. Now watch what I do with my heels. I've just opened up my feet at 30 degrees, okay? Let me make sure I'm there. There we go. I've opened up at 30 degrees, and you can see right now that my head is touching the top part of the yellow cube. So now all I want to do from here is I want to slightly bend my knees. Now when I slightly bend my knees, I want to take my hip and I want to sit down to where now I know that this is matched up with my hip joint, which is in right here, the continuation, down to my knee, to my kneecap. And now I'm very, very athletic in this position, as you can see. So then it gets very, very easy to understand. Look how nice my spine matches up with the center line going to 1 o'clock and how my hip joint to my kneecap are sitting right on the line going from center to 5 o'clock. All right? We have a couple other things we need to address in our posture as well. First of all, if you look at me standing up like this, most people are going to get like this, okay? They get here and they move too far forward, and they're down here and they're really cramped. Well, that does not match up to this, does it? It absolutely does not. It's really simple when you start to think about it. So now, and then some people stand like this and they're up, but look at the rounded part of my back as it doesn't sit with any of these straight lines and angles and degrees that we're trying to attack. Other common faults that you see are something like this, where my balance is more going backwards, where somebody could push me over. But from here, when I get set up correctly, watch how easy this is. I get here, I roll out, boom, and I'm just like this. I am like a shortstop or a second baseman or a center fielder, just ready to make some positive things happen here, okay? That's how we get set up in the posture. We'll be right back and we're going to continue this lesson.